Welcome, welcome, welcome to week one of the Division 6 recaps. I hope you had a nice first week, and I'm pretty sure you rolled well on the winnings because Organized Crisis is on holiday. So you will have to deal with me talking to myself for this week. I hope you enjoyed nevertheless, so let's get straight in started. We had an exciting first week, and the first match here on the list is the Victims of the Sun taking a win over the Tall Dwarfs with no armor value. 2 to 1. Nice MVP on the Victims of the Sun side. Lineman on the other side, that's less exciting. But let's take a look at the stats. 13 armor breaks to 7. That's not a good sign for the Norse statistic. Ball possession has been slightly in the favor of the Brats. So are the blocks, and the removals speak quite a big language here. I guess 6 removals to only 2. Actually, it's been 8 removals to only 2. So it looks like casualty sustained. Fouling was involved, probably. Maybe even a failed dodge or two. But those casualties speak clear language. SPP wise, quite a fair bit of SPP for the Victims of the Sun. Nice SPP. I believe all the Sirs are the Blitzers, so that's pretty good. On the other side, I can't tell you too much about the names yet, but let's see later in the team point of view if we can tell more. There. Anything jumping out here on the dice rolls? On the Victims of the Sun side, not so much. On the other side, the white animal looks like it behaved while it was still around. And yeah, let's take a closer look at the teams. Let's start off with Cyber Knight's teams, his Victims of the Suns. And it looks like he got himself a Mighty Blow Blitzer. That's always good to have. And he got a Leader Blitzer. I believe this guy leveled as well. But don't quote me on that. Now, as I know you guys, you do like to quote people on things they don't like to be quoted about. But, it is what it is. Looks like sadly a Blitzer died for Cyber Knight. That's quite horrible. But he had the cash to replace him, so it's not as bad as it maybe could be. Patrick is as strong as ever. And I believe the Koshoans leveled as well. Got himself a how would you call wrestle dodge? Uh, wretch player. Wretch player. That sounds kind of stupid. I'm sure Organized Crisis could come up with a better name here, but well, you know. Now, from the Brats, we move to there they are, the Norse, the tall dwarfs with no armor value. It looks like they survived all those injuries without any perms. And do I remember any of those names who got actually SPP? Think Raffaldir might have got tackle, probably not. Maybe think that was the MVP. A few more SPP spread. I don't see anything new, so I believe the team is pretty much in the state it was in, and it's still a decent looking Norse team. Can't complain about that, and maybe the second week will bring us a little more success than the first week. I know Cybernite is a really good coach, so that's a tough matchup for the very first week. Then, second game, we have the Subtle Gits losing against the Badland Fairies. And who those stats, 12 armor breaks to 3, that's pretty clear on how the match went. Lineman MVPs for both sides. Probably Subtle Gits will be more happy about that than the Badland Fairies. But we'll see later on what they actually got them. Ooh, oh, 0% ball possession. Ah, that's rough. Against 81%. Blocks were quite even, but all the removals were in favor of the Badland Fairies. Uh, it's maybe a little bit early to call this a dicing, but from what I can see, it looks like a dicing. SPP also speak a really clear language. Sounds like a really rough game for the Subtag kids. I feel a little bad for them. Of course, I wasn't there, so I don't actually know what's happened, but that sounds like a really unfortunate way to start into the season. Let's take a look at them. How is Nairos' team looking? Ooh, Blitzer got hurt. What do we have here? Only MNG. So at least no perms I can see. The Black Ox are still looking great. MVP went to the lineman, which got blocks. No dirty player. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Usually orcs like to get one dirty player, but block certainly helps as well. And he's already at 10 SPP, so maybe that's why he didn't go for the dirty player route. Other than that, he didn't get many SPP. Well, it's an orc team. Blitzers are underdeveloped. Probably some of them died or had to be replaced. Ooh, that's a fresh blitzer. That's not good. Is that one fresh as well? Did he actually get perms? Yes, I believe 2 of his blitzers got perm. That's rough. He had the cash to replace both of them, which is nice, but really that's not how you want to start into a season. Getting diced, losing 2 of your blitzers, 2 of the key players in an orc team. I mean, it's probably still better than losing a developed Black Orc, but it's really rough. So I hope the second game goes better for you, Nairos, and I hope you can jump back from that. Now, on the other side, the winner of the game was Povot. He was in my old division, so I'm rooting for him a little bit, so I'm quite happy he got the win. Looks like let's see. Tweedledum has been around, yes. Little Red Riding Hood got a touchdown, that's also nice, I believe. Looks like Peter Pan got a kick, which is reasonable. Any more levels? I think Rumpelstiltskin leveled off of that game. He got guard. More guard is always nice. Baba Yaga might have leveled and got stand firm. It's certainly nice to have, especially on a guard blodge piece, so that Baba Yaga will be really hard to take down for his opponents and will be really annoying with his guard. Yeah, team is looking good. And well, yeah, I'm rooting for you a little bit, Povat. I'm sure you will do well. Who do we have next in the schedule? We have the Animals losing to Last at the Disco 0-2. Nice MVPs for both sides. Be right back. I'm sorry about that. Just had to answer the door real quick. So let's take a look at the stats. Ball possession fairly even. Lots of passes thrown around, as you might expect from Dark Elves. Blocks were in the favor of the Dark Elves, so were the removals. That's rough. Humans getting outbashed by Dark Elves? Well, it's not too out of the ordinary. SPP looked great for the Dark Elves. How many is that? 11, 15, 20, 22. That's nice. Only 6 for the Animals. A rough game. Let's take a look. Do I anything jumping out here? Not really. Anything jumping out on the other side? Uh, Not really. So, shall we take a look at the teams? Start off with the animals here, mixed fleece team. They didn't exactly get many SPP out of this. Well, at least it doesn't look like they got permed, so that's nice. And yeah, it might have been more useful if one of those blitzers had tackle instead of mighty blow against Dark Elves. But, uh, you know, it's always time to get tackle. Just trying to say some tackle might be nice. But of course you now have played the Dark Elves, so you might not need it as much. Think more changed on, where are they? Press Wolfer's side of things. You got quite a bit of SPP. Now, if I could only remember who were the recipients, that would help me a lot, but I do like to forget that. Witch Elf, the two Witch Elves looks like they maybe could have leveled. Getting block and the leap is certainly both nice. Now, Gavin and Alet, the two blitzers, might have leveled as well. Blodge, pretty straightforward. Other than that, this is a really good looking Dark Elf team and 2 agility 5 witches. That's just disgusting. Strength up on the blitzer for good measure. It's a great team, so I'm not too surprised the humans couldn't quite handle this team, because Press Wilfer is also a pretty good coach coming up from the Rookie League. Now, on to the fourth game of the week. The Redskin Cracker Wreckers got a draw 2-2 against Picking Flowers. MVPs went to a gutter runner and a blocker. I think both coaches can live with that. Although Mego's probably happier about that than the coach of the Redskins. Let's look at the stats. Ball possession in favor of the Dwarfs. Blocks quite even. Removals went in favor of the Dwarfs, as you'd probably expect. And they killed 2 players. Ooh. Let's see if we can find out who they kill later. SPP looking pretty decent for both sides. I don't think anyone will complain here. Dice rolls, anything jumping out here. KO rolls, a little bit underwhelming, but yeah, it is what it is. On Mega side of things, oh, a lot of going for it. Well, those were probably mostly the bulls, since they are sure feet. Yeah. Nothing too much out of the ordinary. Let's take a look at their teams. Starting with Pinosaurus, that's the coach name. So, what are we missing? Probably a gutter runner died here. And I'd assume a lineman. The Swarmans are still looking great. That's great. And yeah, gutter runner leveled here. If it's a normal or what would I get this gutter runner? Let's see, we have general and agility access, 2 ahead, blodge, sidestep. Maybe diving tackle just to be really annoying. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a great red coach, so you probably shouldn't listen too much to to me regarding gutter runner development. Sadly, he does. Well, he does. He could replace the gutter runner if he wanted to. Then let's see if he chooses to do so. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Organized Crisis would know more, but yeah. sadly he's not here. I have to do this all on my own. So let's take a look at the flowers. It looks like 2 of them have been picked. MMG here on that blocker. How's Lily looking? Also only MMG. So not the worst, but the next opponent will certainly be happy about this. Any level ups I can spot? I don't think so. I did Baba Bighorn level. Don't think he got. Well, maybe he did. Break tackle is certainly a good skill. And other than that, I don't think much changed. The coach he will be facing in his next game will be happy, but yeah, I think that's all I can say about this team. Yeah, little you can say if nothing happens. Well, nothing happens to MGs, which is rough, but you get the point. You get the point. Then we have Whiskey Galore taking a 1-0 win over the Divine Light Templars. Killer got the MVP on the Chaos side of things. The 1-star, well, words are rough. Words are rough, especially if you have to say a lot of them. Templar, the star of his team, got the MVP, as he very well deserved it. Well, I'm not sure if he did too much, but it's Templar. Ball possession actually in the favor of the Divine Light Templars. Looks like they just couldn't get it in. A few passes, even one on the Chaos side of things. Blocks are quite a lot in the favor of the Chaos, as you would expect, but it looks like they just couldn't do much damage. But they brought it home anyway. Actually quite impressive with this little removals. No, not bad, not bad. SPP, looks like only some passing SPP for the Divine Light Templars. Here an injury for Buna Habain, the killer. Now I totally butchered that name, but that's on you for naming it this stupid way. Snowball 4 got the score, so let's see if we can remember this when we look at the actual team. Where are they? There's Kanuki's team. Nah, they didn't level. Snowball 4 isn't quite there to level. The Vampire Beast. And who was the other one? The Killer one got a lot of SPP. Now, this is only MG, so nothing too bad. This next opponent will certainly still be happy that there's one less strength 4 piece. But I don't think there's much that changed here. Well, my opinion maybe changed a little bit of Kanuki. The win there is certainly impressive. I'm impressed. Killer Chaos teams who don't have to rely on removing your opponent and still getting wins. I can respect that, even if you're playing Chaos. And you should still feel bad for playing Chaos, but that's... yeah, you probably know that already. I don't have to tell you that. So, how are we looking on Horde Master's side? Well, Strength for Blyman, because why not? It's a lot of TV here sitting on Strength for Blindmans, but a few Bludge players, Templar still knocking around, looking great. Warden might have leveled as well, getting leader, so I'm not sure. Maybe he keeps it around to play more aggressive. Maybe he might consider dropping a reroll to get rid of some team value, because that's quite a lot of TV for, well, not that developed looking high elves. I mean, Strength of Blind, sure, nice, but that's 100 TV for little value as of now, as they would need another skill to become really useful. So, yeah, maybe consider dropping the reroll now that you have leader there on Warden, and get those strength up linemen some SPP. That would certainly help. Yeah, and I think that's it, guys. It's probably a little shorter than you'd expect, but I'm gonna blame that on me talking to myself. And after some point, I do tend to run out of things I can talk to about myself, at least about your teams. I mean, I could tell you a lot about stuff like cockroach milk, but you might not want to hear that. At least not in the thing as a recap. Now, looking at the leaderboard, we had one game played already in the week 2, but let's just ignore that. We have Press Wolfer, Pova, Cyberknight, and Kanuki all taking a win. We had a draw between Mego and Pinosaurus. Well, Press Wolfer is up there, as you'd expect him to be. Other than that, unfortunate game for Nyros, puts him at the bottom at the moment, but let's see if he can bounce back. Yeah, Mego keeping up the tradition of drawing. He was in my old division and he drew quite a lot. Still a little bit mad at him that he ruined my undefeated season, but that's totally a different point. And yeah, I'm sure he will do well. But he is missing two blockers, so that might be a hindrance. But guys, that's probably it. We could take another quick look at the up and coming matches. We have the Tall Dwarfs with no ammo value against the Whiskey Galore. That will be a rough matchup. That one has been already played. The Animals against Picking Flowers. Humans might be able to do something with two blockers missing. Subtle Gits against Last at the Disco. Oh, that's a tough match to bounce back. If I remember correctly, the Orcs didn't have too much tackle, so yeah, might be a rough one. And the Victims of the Sun against the Badland Fairies. I'm curious to see how that one turns out. Yeah, guys, that's it. Good luck with your week 2. And yeah, I'm sorry for it being maybe a little less entertaining as you'd expect, but I did my best as a one-man show here. So, see you next week when Organized Crisis is back. Bye.